XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to our analysis, we were looking for buy, and this is where we were looking for the target, the first and second tag. I mean, we get the target. And even I explained my last analysis. No, the question was because after we see after the price tag, the price sharply reverse, and we get the one pullback. Now we want to see whether this is a correction for the continuation or not. We want because last time we were looking for this correction for the one move we get. Okay, and now what we get here is we want to see how this correction can now we getting the different. I mean, how this one can form. Because in my last analysis, I mentioned if we get a bigger correction, we can expect for the continuation. All right. And what we have right now is not, I mean, it doesn't give us any information or any signals for the down move. Because we mentioned if we want to get the sell, we need to get the sharp move. Like we get the sharp move, but there was a reversal. Okay. By the way, can we expect this one is for the price to retest this low? Because we have been looking for, we mentioned about this way option, or this one can turn to a bigger correction for continuation. We want to see how we can trade it. In this case, we move to daily chart. All right, just we start with the piece on daily chart. We mentioned that we have this down move, we get this correction. Okay, if there is a continuation, the price easily can retest this low. The low is almost, I think, 36 cents, 0.36 or 0.37. Okay, but we want to see how we can trade it. This is what we think, all right? Because if we move to 4 hour chart, we were mentioning that we are looking for this one for continuation to retest this top, but we need to be aware of this option as well. All right. Now the thing is, I mean, mostly whatever we're talking right now is similar to our analysis my last video. Now the only thing is when we see this one, we want to see this is the end of the move for reversal, or this move is finished, we turning to a bigger correction for continuation. Because the first way we can look for this move is we get this is the first move including the internal correction, and now we can expect the correction in relative to this for next up move. That means we're getting for bigger move, which is including 1 2 3, and the first option, I mean the first leg, the also have a internal correction. Okay, that means if we're looking for another correction here, the only things we can see. And if I move to 1 hour chart, you want to see how we can trade. As I explained earlier, based on 1 hour chart, we have nothing to, I mean, if you want, we cannot look for trade, whether buy or sell, because all it depends what we get here. If we get a deeper correction, as I explained, this one can be a first, this one can be a correction for continuation. How deep this one can go. All right. And if we get a bigger correction, like I said, deeper correction, we can give us a better trade setup. Okay. In this case, if we want to look for buy, we move to 15 minutes, we see what we have. Okay. As we can see, this is where is the top, the price tag, and drop. If we want to look for buy, the first things I mentioned, if we get one move up based on 15 minutes, we get one more drop, then we can look for buy. At least we get the flat as a correction for continuation. And how about if the price continue from here? It depends how we can trade it. But right now I cannot say, because whatever we have is doesn't give us any trade setup. Even the price continuously move, the only way we can trade having entry above the top. Okay, it's very risky. We don't want to do that right now. Okay, no. For buy, the correction is not ready yet to give us a buy signal. As I mentioned, at least one move up to finish this move, for one more drop to get the bigger correction. Any buy from there, we take it. And if it is not moving, we take out the trade. Oh, also, even the price of the drop from here, we can look for trade, because made this one turn to a bigger correction, as I explained, for as a channel. All right. Okay. Now, if you want to look for sell, also we don't have any trade set up for sell, because if we zoom in, whatever we have, can we look for this one as a one? I mean, as a signal for sell. All right. As I mentioned, because based on 15 minutes, we can, I mean, mentioned we can expect for one move up. Then from there, we can expect the price to break this low. But if you want to look for sell, we see how this one can move. But any sell we consider as a short terms. As long as there is a breakout, we take out the. I mean, we just start to manage. If it is moving fast, okay, we keep it. If not, we don't stay with the trade. We take out the trade. By the way, right now we don't have any trade setup. The only thing is We want to see how this one can form before we take the trade. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, any trade setup, I will share. And again, we cannot jump into the trade right now because the possibility of the both option, whether continuation for the up or the price can drop for bigger correction. All right. Anyway, if I see any update, I will share. Thanks.